Ken Jennings has only hosted Jeopardy! Since 2021 and done it as the solo host since 2023. But he wants to be there long enough that he can reach a certain milestone. On August 29, Jennings took a break from filming the new season to post a photo backstage. "Really hoping to host Jeopardy! Long enough that they let me play with the backstage label maker. #label maker," he captioned the Instagram post. The photo featured a label maker, as well as some supplies on a table. The sticker coming out of the label maker read, "Jeopardy! Wardrobe." Fans chimed in on what he should do with the label maker and how he is doing as the host. "First order of business? Printing a label that says label maker," one fan wrote. "Get your own and start labeling the SD out of every single thing in the studio," said another. "You've got the chops. Just march right up and do it," a third added. "It's difficult to pass by a label maker and not want to press buttons," a fan wrote. "You'll be the host as long as you want to be. You're doing an excellent job," commented another. Jennings occasionally posts behind-the-scenes photos while filming the game show. In early August, he shared a photo of himself wearing a tie that belonged to former host Alex Trebek. Ken Jennings talked with TV Insider in July and shared how long he plans to stay the host of Jeopardy! The last host worked into his 80s. "Traditionally, it's not a job you retire from," he said. "I didn't know at the time, but now that I have a few years under my belt, I think I understand why Alex wanted to do it. It's just such an incredibly fun job. You're playing along with the smartest folks and getting to see them do their thing up close. I really feel very lucky that I'm still part of the Jeopardy! Family after all these years. And I have no plans to hang it up." When you think about Jeopardy! One name instantly comes to mind: Alex Trebek. For decades, Trebek was the steady, trusted, and brilliant host who made the game show a cultural institution. After his passing in 2020, fans wondered who could possibly carry on his legacy. While a number of guest hosts stepped in, it was Ken Jennings, perhaps the most famous contestant in the show's history, who eventually earned the role of co-host and now the primary face of Jeopardy! Jennings, who holds the record for the longest winning streak on the quiz show with 74 consecutive victories in 2004, has now revealed a personal milestone he hopes to reach as host. His candid admission offers fans a glimpse into his mindset, his deep respect for the program, and his ambitions for the future. A contestant turned host. Ken Jennings' journey from contestant to host is a story of dedication and love for the game. Back in 2004, his 74-game winning streak earned him not only fame but also a permanent place in pop culture history. He became synonymous with Jeopardy! In a way no contestant had before. His intelligence, humility, and sharp wit endeared him to viewers, making him the perfect candidate to take on hosting duties years later. Since taking the reins, Jennings has developed his own rhythm while still honoring the traditions established by Trebek. Viewers have grown comfortable with his presence, and ratings have remained strong. But Jennings isn't satisfied with just being the guy who took over. He wants to build a legacy of his own, one that could stand proudly alongside Trebek's. The milestone he wants to reach. In a recent interview, Jennings revealed that one of his personal goals as host is to surpass a decade of hosting the iconic game show. While he humbly admits that no one can match Trebek's incredible 36-year run, Jennings said he would love to see himself on the Jeopardy! Stage for at least 10 years. "I don't know if anyone could ever do what Alex did. But if I can help guide Jeopardy! Through its next era, and still be here a decade from now, I'd consider that an incredible milestone," Jennings explained. For Jennings, reaching the 10-year mark would represent more than just longevity. It would prove that the show continues to thrive with him at the helm, and that he has earned the trust of a fan base that has been famously loyal for generations. Why this milestone matters. To casual viewers, 10 years may not sound like a particularly groundbreaking goal. But when you look at the broader context, it makes perfect sense. Hosting Jeopardy! Isn't just a job, it's a cultural responsibility. Fans expect consistency, intelligence, and a sense of respect for the game. Even after several years, Jennings is still under constant scrutiny. The idea of staying on for a decade would show he has not only survived the initial comparisons to Trebek but also carved out his own identity as host. It would place him among the longest-serving game show hosts in American television history, alongside names like Pat Sajak, Wheel of Fortune, and Bob Barker, The Price is Right. For Jennings, it's also about stability. The years following Trebek's passing were marked by uncertainty, guest hosts, and even controversy over who should officially replace him. By staying long-term, Jennings hopes to give Jeopardy! Fans the reassurance of continuity. Fans react to his goal. Reaction to Jennings' milestone ambition has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media platforms quickly lit up with supportive messages. Many longtime viewers expressed that Jennings has already proven himself worthy of the role and that they would love to see him stick around for a decade, or even longer. One fan wrote, "Ken Jennings has grown so much as a host. He's funny, respectful, and keeps the game moving. I'd love to see him hit that 10-year mark. He deserves it." Others noted that Jennings brings a contestant's perspective to the job, something Trebek didn't have. His ability to empathize with players, crack self-deprecating jokes about his own time on the show, and explain rulings clearly has made him a different, but still highly effective, host. Carrying Alex Trebek's legacy. Of course, no conversation about Jeopardy! Can ignore the towering presence of Alex Trebek. Jennings himself has been vocal about the influence Trebek had on him, both as a contestant and as a person. In interviews, Jennings often describes Trebek as a mentor from afar, someone who set the gold standard not just for game shows but for professionalism on television. Jennings has said that while he doesn't try to imitate Trebek, he keeps him in mind every time he steps on stage. The milestone of reaching 10 years would, in many ways, feel like a tribute to Trebek. It would show that the show remains strong, that the torch was successfully passed, and that Jennings has been a faithful steward of Trebek's legacy. The future of Jeopardy! Looking ahead, Jennings' goal aligns perfectly with the broader future of Jeopardy! The show continues to innovate with new tournaments, primetime specials, and spin-offs like Celebrity Jeopardy! While mayim Bialik previously shared co-hosting duties, Jennings is now the sole host, giving the show a more consistent feel. Producers have expressed their confidence in Jennings, and ratings indicate that viewers are satisfied. If Jennings does remain host for the next decade, he could be guiding the show into a new golden era, balancing the traditions Trebek built with fresh energy that attracts younger audiences. The milestone he envisions is not just about personal pride. It's also about shepherding Jeopardy! Into the future, ensuring that the show remains a staple of American television long after its 60th anniversary. A host who still loves the game. What makes Jennings especially endearing to fans is that he never comes across as someone simply doing a job. He clearly loves Jeopardy! The game, the contestants, and the culture surrounding it. That passion comes through in his hosting, whether he's congratulating a champion on a brilliant final Jeopardy! Wager or gently joking with a nervous first-time player. When Jennings talks about wanting to stay for 10 years, it isn't about personal fame. It's about gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunities the show gave him, gratitude for the fans who embraced him, and gratitude for being able to carry on a legacy that mattered so deeply to millions. Ken Jennings' revelation about the milestone he wants to reach while hosting Jeopardy! A decade at the podium, may sound modest compared to Alex Trebek's unparalleled run. But for Jennings, it's a meaningful target. It reflects his desire to honor the show's legacy, provide stability to its fans, and carve out his own chapter in television history. Whether he ultimately surpasses that milestone or not, one thing is clear: Jennings has already cemented himself as more than just a contestant turned host. He is now an integral part of the Jeopardy! Story, guiding the show into the future while keeping one eye firmly on its cherished past. For fans who still tune in night after night, that's an answer worth celebrating.